Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video we are going to learn how to make this beautiful skirt from start to finish. So without further ado, let's get into the video. By the way, my name is Grace. So I start by folding my material into two like this. I actually use 1 yard of a crepe or this flower vintage material to achieve this beautiful skirt. So let's get into the video. To know the amount of fold, I divide my hip circumference into 4 plus 2 inch. Quarter of my hip is 10 inch plus 2 inch, so I make use of 12 inch on fold. So now I'm marking the length of the skirt I want, which is 17 inch. Okay, so from the waistline to the length of it, before I will attach the gathers part of it, is 17. I want to use 1.5 inch for the band, so I minus 1.5 inch and place my hip point, which is 9 inches, and I connect it like so. Moving on, at the waist measurement, I'm inputting quarter of my waist measurement plus 2 inch for sewing allowance. If you want to put that, you can go ahead and attach that to this skirt, but in my own case, I didn't want to add any that. At the hip measurement, I'm inputting quarter of my hip measurement plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Make sure that you have the accurate measurement. You can see me cross-checking my measurement before I connect on a line. Okay, whatever you have at the hip measurement, just minus 1 inch. If you like, it's optional. You can minus half inch, you can minus 1 inch. It's up to you. Okay, you place it at the knee length and you connect it like so and cut it out. After cutting the front piece, I'm going to use my front piece as a pattern to get my back piece. So again, I'm folding my material into two like this. I place my front on top of the back, making sure I leave a space for the zipper allowance. At the hip area, I'm highlighting my hip area. At the waistline, I mark 1.5 inch. At the hip, I mark 2 inches. At the knee, I mark 1.5 inches. I'm trying to show you what I did because I lost this clip. Okay, at the waistline, at the knee line, I mark 1.5 inch. At the waistline, I input 1.5 inch. It's only at the hip area that I add 2 inches so that I will give space for my bum to sit, and I connect it like so. At this point, after cutting it out, you might end up be a bit confusing, so it is very important you label out your work. You can see the way I take note of my upper part, which is the waist part of it, for both the front and the back piece. Because I want this material to have a bit of firmness and I don't want it to have a bit of stretchiness, I'm using a stay to pad it, okay, for both the front and the back piece. After using a stay to pat my front and my back piece, I use it as a pattern to also cut the line, the same thing. Okay, now we are moving on to the stitching part of it. I'm actually placing my lining the way it's supposed to be, making sure that the waist is on the waist area, right side facing, and I stitch it down with half an inch. You can decide to stitch it down with less than half an inch, I actually stitch it down with less than half an inch because there is no need. It's simply to turn your dress with a lining, so it's not a compulsory that you must stitch it down with half an inch. Okay, I'm going to be repeating it. Just look at the way I chalk it out. This is how I'm going to stitch it down. After stitching it down, guys, you can see what we have. I've already go ahead to cut the band. For the length of my band is 2 inch unfold. If I open it up, is 4 inch. After stitching it down, I will have that 1.5 inch that I minus from the waist area. Okay, so this is how we are going to, this is both the front and the back piece ready. I'm actually taking note of my back piece. Okay, at the waist area, I take note of the waist area place. It's very, very important because it almost look like the same. So after turning it like so, at the waist area I mark 1.5 inches. At the hip I mark 1 inch, and I connect it like so. You can see that even my zipper allowance is not straight. This is very important. I like doing this because it gives more fitting to a skirt than connecting it straight. Okay, after that I iron out my zipper allowance open. Okay, because this ironing line is going to serve as a guide for me when I will be putting zip to it. Okay, now I'm using my front piece to chalk out my measurement. From the hip line, I mark half of the hip measurement. Whatever measurement I have left, I'm going to divide it into 2 again and mark that point. At the waist, I first of all mark half of my waist measurement. Half of my waist measurement is 15. So whatever is left, I'm also dividing it into 2 again and mark that point. Okay? Whatever I have at the hip, you can see me taking it down to the knee length and mark that point. If you are using this school chalk, you can simply use this pattern by folding it like this, wrong side facing, and tap on it. The line is going to duplicate on the second part of it. But in my own case, especially when it's not a white chalk, it's a bit hard, it did not show, so I have to go ahead and measure it again. I measure what I have at the waistline and also place it on the other part of the waistline, and I connect it like so. I'm placing it on top of the back piece like this. I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch down the side. Following the direction of this chalk, I'm going to stitch it down. You can decide to pin it down like this so that it will not shift, or especially if you're a beginner, you pin it down. It's very important you pin it down so that you not end up having one part longer than one part. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so after attaching it like so, I've loosened the two side a bit. Okay, losing the two side like 1.5 inch to 2 inches a bit. Okay, After loosening it this way, I flip it to the wrong side like so. Now I want to remove a now I want to give a bit of fitness at the front of my skirt. So I've go ahead and label it the back and also the front. I make sure that I match the two sides together. And from the center of my front, I come down with 3/4 of an inch. Come down with 3/4 of an inch. I blend it to the sides of it and I cut it out. Okay. If the person has a very flat tummy, you can make use of 1 inch. And if the person have a very big tummy, please do not remove this. Please do not, if the person have a big tummy, please do not remove this measurement at all. Don't remove even ½ inch. Don't try it. Just leave it the way it is. Okay. Now, because I'm ready to attach the band to it, I want to iron one side like this flat. This is my favorite way of attaching a band to a skirt because it helps me to adjust the skirt anytime I want. Or maybe probably I want to dash out to my younger ones, they can easily adjust it without loosening the waistband. Okay, so I'm going to attach the front to the front and the back, the two back piece to the two back piece like this. You can see the way I loosen the zipper allowance a bit. I'm going to stitch it down this way. After stitching it down, guys, can you see what we have? So because we have already ironed down ½ inch, it will be easy for us to flip it to the right side and use that to cover all the rough edge at this waist area. It's very simple. So flipping it to the right side like this, I'm pinning it down. Make sure that it covers the stitches. Flipping it to the right side like this, make sure that it covers the previous stitch that you make, and you are going to pin it down like this. Take it to your sewing machine and stitch it very close to the edge of the band. After stitching it, you can decide to close the after stitching it down, make sure you close the two sides. Okay, if you have any excess like mine, you trim it out. It's better you have excess and you trim it out than for the band to be too short. Okay, so when cutting your band, make sure that you add sewing allowance to it. Okay, so after attaching the band like this, I'm going ahead to loosen my zipper allowance because I'll be attaching a zip to this skirt. So after this, I've also go ahead and attach a zip to the center of the back. All this part close. Make sure that everything is aligned. You can easily test it at this point. I even go ahead to test mine to see that I have a very fine fitting before I attach the gathers part of it. I go ahead to fit my skirt to make sure that everything is okay before I attach this gathers part of it. For these gathers, whatever you have left for that 1 inch, make sure you join. Like mine, I joined about 3 places. Okay, I have a very long material like this. I take it to the machine and gather it. Okay, I make sure that I join it to have a very long strap like this. I take it to the machine and gather it. So after gathering it, you can run a loose stitch and you pull it. I've been doing that a lot of it on this channel. You can do check it out. Okay, after stitching it down, you are going to bring it to your machine and stitch it like this from the center back to the other end of the center back. Before stitching it down, guys, make sure that you left about ½ inch from that line that you stitched before, that line that you iron out. You leave it. You stitch it down. After stitching it down, make sure you join skirt to skirt. After joining skirt to skirt, you make sure you join gathers to gathers. You are going to have a hole like this. You can see me inserting my hand inside. From this hole, you are going to align it like this, straight, flat like this, and close it this way, following the direction of my finger. And guys, after that, this is all for today's tutorial. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this video, and do not fail to subscribe, share, and like this video. See you all in my next video. Bye.